The Celestial Council chambers buzzed with an air of nervous anticipation. Beings from across the known universe crowded the vast amphitheater, their varied forms a testament to the diversity of life that had evolved among the stars. At the center, perched upon a dais of swirling nebulous energy, sat Xyloth, the Eternal Arbiter. Silence! Xyloth's voice boomed, rippling through the chamber like a shockwave. The cacophony of alien languages and telepathic chatter ceased instantly. "We face a crisis unlike any in our 100-million-year history," the Arbiter continued, its crystalline form shimmering with each word. "The cosmic nexus, the very foundation of our intergalactic civilization, is failing." A collective gasp echoed through the chamber. The cosmic nexus, a vast network of wormholes connecting the far reaches of the galaxy, had been the cornerstone of their society for eons. Its impending collapse threatened to plunge the universe into a new dark age. Calyx, the serpentine representative of the Void Dwellers, slithered forward. "Surely our combined knowledge can solve this dilemma? We've mastered the laws of physics, bent space-time to our will." Xyloth's crystalline form pulsed a deep, somber blue. "I'm afraid not, Calyx. Our brightest minds have failed to find a solution. The decay is accelerating at an alarming rate. We have mere solar cycles before the collapse becomes irreversible." The chamber erupted into chaos. Accusations flew, panic spread like wildfire. Some species threatened to withdraw from the Galactic Union, while others proposed desperate, doomed plans. "Enough!" Xyloth's voice cut through the din once more. "There is one possibility we haven't explored." A hush fell over the crowd. In the outermost spiral arm of the Milky Way, on an unremarkable planet orbiting an average yellow star, there exists a species we have long overlooked. A species whose potential we may have grossly underestimated. Murmurs of confusion rippled through the assembly. "Humans," Xyloth said, the word alien on its non-existent lips. "The inhabitants of Earth." Laughter erupted from various corners of the chamber. Myrex, the hive mind ambassador of the Chulari Collective, buzzed indignantly. "Those primitive apes? They've barely left their own solar system." Xyloth's form pulsed a vibrant orange, a sign of determination. "And yet, they possess a quality that has become rare in our advanced civilization. A quality that may be the key to our salvation. What could these humans possibly offer that we do not already possess?" Calyx hissed, skepticism dripping from every word. Xyloth's reply was simple, yet it echoed through the chamber with the weight of a dying star. "Creativity." The laughter died away, replaced by a contemplative silence. "While we have relied on our vast knowledge and technology, humans have thrived on innovation, on thinking outside the boundaries we take for granted," Xyloth explained. "Their brief history is filled with leaps of intuition that defy conventional logic. It is precisely this unpredictable, chaotic approach that we need." Objections began to rise, but Xyloth silenced them with a gesture. "I propose we bring a human representative to the Celestial Council. We will present them with the galactic conundrum and give them the chance to succeed where we have failed." The chamber erupted once more, a cacophony of outrage and disbelief. But beneath the surface, a current of desperate hope began to take hold. Myrex's compound eyes flickered rapidly, processing the implications. "And if they fail?" Xyloth's crystalline form dimmed to a deep, mournful purple. "Then we will have lost nothing but time. Time that is already slipping away." As the Celestial Council debated, light years away, on a blue planet spinning through space, a young woman named Zephyr Novastorm lay on a grassy hill, gazing up at the stars. Little did she know that the fate of the entire galaxy was about to rest upon her shoulders. In the depths of space, unbeknownst to humanity, a decision was made. A signal was sent, and the countdown to either salvation or oblivion began. Zephyr Novastorm's alarm blared at 3 a.m., jolting her from a dream about floating cities and talking stars. She groaned, fumbling for her phone. "Stupid early shift," she muttered, dragging herself out of bed. The convenience store where Zephyr worked was empty at this hour, save for the occasional drunk or insomniac. She restocked shelves, her mind wandering to the documentary she'd watched last night about unsolved scientific mysteries. What if, she mused aloud, arranging cans of energy drinks. What if black holes are just the universe's recycling bins? She chuckled at her own absurdity. Little did Zephyr know, 42 light years away, a cloaked alien vessel was entering Earth's solar system. As dawn broke, Zephyr's shift ended. She stepped outside, inhaling the crisp morning air. That's when she saw it, a shimmering distortion in the sky, like heat waves on asphalt. But it was too high, too. Wrong. What the dash? Her words were cut short as a beam of impossibly bright light engulfed her. Zephyr felt a sensation of falling upwards, her stomach lurching as the world around her dissolved into streaks of color. When the light faded, Zephyr found herself in a vast, alien chamber. Bizarre creatures surrounded her, their forms defying her understanding of biology. Panic rose in her throat. "What the hell?" she screamed, her voice echoing in the cavernous space. A crystalline being floated towards her. When it spoke, the words seemed to form directly in her mind. "Greetings, Zephyr Novastorm of Earth. I am Xylof, eternal arbiter of the Celestial Council. We require your assistance." Zephyr blinked rapidly, convinced she was hallucinating. I must have fallen asleep at work. This is just a crazy dream from too many energy drinks. Xylof's form pulsed with amusement. "I assure you, this is quite real. You have been chosen as Earth's representative in a matter of utmost galactic importance." "Chosen? By who? And why me?" Zephyr demanded, her initial fear giving way to indignation. A serpentine creature slithered forward. "We used our advanced algorithms to analyze every human on your planet," it hissed. "You, Zephyr Novastorm, possess a unique combination of traits that make you ideal for our purposes." Zephyr's mind reeled. "But I'm nobody. I work at a convenience store. I dropped out of college. I'm not some genius scientist or world leader." "Precisely," Xylof interjected. "Your unconventional path and diverse experiences have cultivated a rare form of creative problem-solving. It is this very quality we seek." Myrex, the insectoid ambassador, buzzed skeptically. Though some of us remain unconvinced of this human's potential. Zephyr's eyes narrowed. She dealt with plenty of condescending customers at work. This was no different. "All right, Bug Eyes, what's this big problem you need solved?" Xylof's form shimmered as it projected a holographic image of a vast, interconnected network. "This is the cosmic nexus, the foundation of our intergalactic civilization. It is failing, and with it, the stability of the entire known universe hangs in the balance." As Zephyr stared at the hologram, her mind began to race. The network looked familiar, reminiscent of neural pathways or internet infrastructure. Ideas, wild and improbable, started to form. "Hold on," she said, her voice steadier now. "Before I agree to anything, I need to know everything. And I mean everything. No hidden agendas, no alien politics. Just the facts." Xylof's crystalline form pulsed with approval. "Very well, Zephyr Novastorm. We shall provide you with all the knowledge at our disposal. But be warned, the fate of countless civilizations now rests upon your shoulders. Are you prepared for such a burden?" Zephyr took a deep breath, her heart pounding. Part of her wanted to demand to be sent back to Earth, to the safety of her mundane life. But a larger part, the part that had always dreamed of something more, of making a difference, stepped forward. "I'm in," she said, her voice ringing with determination. "Show me what you've got." As the Celestial Council began to share the accumulated wisdom of 100 million years, Zephyr's mind expanded, absorbing concepts and technologies beyond human comprehension. The convenience store clerk from Earth was gone. In her place stood humanity's unlikely champion, ready to challenge the very laws of the cosmos. Unbeknownst to all, deep within the failing cosmic nexus, an ancient failsafe stirred to life, sensing the arrival of an unexpected variable. The true test was about to begin, and its outcome would reshape the fate of the universe itself. Zephyr's head throbbed as she assimilated the vast knowledge the Celestial Council had shared. Equations, theories, and alien concepts swirled in her mind like a chaotic cosmic stew. "This is insane," she muttered, massaging her temples. "How am I supposed to make sense of all this?" Xylopha's crystalline form pulsed sympathetically. "The burden of knowledge is heavy, young human. But time grows short. We must act." Zephyr nodded, steeling herself. "Right. So, this cosmic nexus, it's like a galactic internet connecting everything." "A crude but not inaccurate analogy," buzzed Myrex, the insectoid ambassador. "And it's powered by quantum entanglement on a massive scale?" Zephyr continued, piecing together the complex information in her mind. "Correct," Xyloph confirmed. "But the entanglement is degrading at an alarming rate. Our attempts to stabilize it have only accelerated the decay." Zephyr paced, her brow furrowed in concentration. "Okay, so what if we're looking at this all wrong? What if instead of trying to fix the system, we reboot it?" A murmur rippled through the assembled aliens. "Impossible," hissed Calyx, the serpentine void dweller. "The energy required to restart the Nexus would be astronomical." "I know," Zephyr interrupted. "But hear me out. Back on Earth, when our internet goes down, sometimes the simplest solution is to turn it off and on again. What if we could do that on a cosmic scale?" Xylopha's form flickered with interest. "An intriguing concept. But how would you propose we achieve this?" Zephyr's eyes lit up with excitement. "Black holes. You said they're like cosmic recyclers, right? What if we could harness their energy, use it to power a galactic reboot?" The chamber erupted into chaos. Alien delegates argued vehemently, some dismissing the idea outright, others considering its wild potential. "Silence!" Xylopha's voice boomed. "Zephyr Novastorm, your proposal is unorthodox. But in our desperation, we must consider all options. What do you require to test this theory?" Zephyr took a deep breath. "I need to see the Nexus up close. And I need to visit a black hole." The alien delegates exchanged worried glances. "The nearest suitable black hole is in the Cygnus X-1 system," Calyx informed. "But the journey is perilous, and time is against us." "Then we'd better get moving," Zephyr said, a mix of determination and terror in her voice. Within hours, Zephyr found herself aboard the Astral Wayfinder, a sleek vessel capable of traversing vast distances through subspace. As they prepared to depart, Myrex approached her. "Human," the insectoid buzzed, "I must confess I doubted you. But your unconventional thinking intrigues me. Perhaps there is hope for your species yet." Zephyr managed a nervous smile. "Thanks, I think." As the ship hummed to life, Zephyr stared out at the stars, her home planet a tiny blue speck in the distance. "What have I gotten myself into?" she whispered. The journey to Cygnus X-1 was a crash course in cosmic navigation. Zephyr absorbed knowledge at a frantic pace, learning to read alien star charts and decipher the complex workings of the ship's systems. But as they neared their destination, disaster struck. A violent surge of energy from the failing Nexus rocked the ship, damaging its propulsion systems. "We're being pulled into the black hole's gravity well?" Calyx shouted, his serpentine form coiling in distress. Alarms blared as the ship spiraled towards the massive gravitational maw. Zephyr's mind raced, drawing on her newfound knowledge and her human instincts. "The tidal forces," she yelled over the chaos. "We can use them to slingshot around the black hole. It's crazy, but it might work." Myrex's compound eyes flickered rapidly. "The calculations required would be—" "No time for calculations," Zephyr interrupted, pushing her way to the ship's controls. "Sometimes you've got to go with your gut." With a silent prayer to whatever cosmic forces might be listening, Zephyr took manual control of the ship. Her hands flew over the alien interface, guided by a mixture of knowledge and sheer human audacity. The Astral Wayfinder groaned as it plunged towards the black hole's event horizon. For a heart-stopping moment, it seemed as if they would be torn apart by the immense gravitational forces. But then, miraculously, the ship began to curve around the cosmic behemoth. Zephyr let out a whoop of triumph as they slingshot away, the black hole's energy catapulting them clear of danger. As the ship stabilized, the alien crew stared at Zephyr in awe. That was... Calyx began, struggling to find words. Insane? Reckless? Absolutely terrifying. Zephyr supplied, her hands shaking with residual adrenaline. Brilliant. Myrex finished, a note of respect in its buzzing voice. Xylofa's holographic form appeared, pulsing with urgency. Zephyr Novastorm, your unorthodox methods have saved the mission, but our time grows shorter still. Have you gleaned the insights we need? Zephyr nodded, her mind racing with new ideas sparked by their close encounter. I think so, but we need to get to the heart of the Nexus. And fast. As the Astral Wayfinder set course for the center of the galactic network, Zephyr couldn't shake the feeling that their daring escape had triggered something. Unbeknownst to the crew, their interaction with the black hole had sent ripples through the fabric of space-time, awakening ancient systems buried deep within the cosmic nexus. The true nature of their challenge was about to reveal itself, and Zephyr Novastorm, the unlikely hero from Earth, would need every ounce of her human ingenuity to face what lay ahead. The Astral Wayfinder hurtled through subspace towards the heart of the cosmic nexus. Zephyr stood at the ship's observation deck, her eyes wide as she took in the breathtaking view of countless stars streaking by. It's like a cosmic highway, she murmured, her mind racing with new theories. Calyx slithered up beside her. We approach the Nexus core, human. Are you prepared for what we might find? Zephyr took a deep breath. Honestly, not even a little bit, but that's never stopped me before. As they neared their destination, the ship's sensors began to go haywire. Strange energy readings pulsed from the very fabric of space around them. What the hell is going on? Zephyr demanded, studying the fluctuating readouts. Myrex's antennae twitched nervously. Unknown. These readings are unprecedented. Suddenly, a massive structure materialized before them. It was a colossal sphere, its surface a complex lattice of pulsing energy conduits and crystalline nodes. The Nexus core, Xylofa's holographic form announced, its voice filled with awe. The birthplace of our galactic civilization. As they approached, a beam of energy lanced out from the sphere, enveloping the ship. For a moment, everything went dark. When the lights flickered back on, Zephyr found herself alone on the bridge. Guys? Hello? Where did everyone go? Her voice echoed in the empty space. A shimmering portal opened in the air before her. With no other apparent options, Zephyr steeled herself and stepped through. She emerged in a vast chamber that defied the laws of physics. Gravity seemed to shift and twist, and streams of data flowed like rivers through the air. Welcome, Catalyst. A voice boomed, seeming to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Zephyr spun around, trying to locate the source. Who are you? What is this place? A figure coalesced from the streams of data, a being of pure energy, its form constantly shifting and flowing. I am the architect, creator of the cosmic nexus, and you, Zephyr Novastorm of Earth, are the key to its salvation or its destruction. Zephyr's mind reeled. Wait, what? I'm just here to help fix the network. The architect's form pulsed with what might have been amusement. The Nexus is not merely a network, young one. It is a test, a grand experiment to determine which species are worthy of ascending to the next stage of cosmic evolution. You've got to be kidding me, Zephyr groaned, rubbing her temples. So all of this, the failing network, is just some cosmic exam? Indeed, the architect confirmed. And your arrival has triggered the final phase. The choices you make here will determine the fate of not just your species, but all sentient life in the galaxy. Zephyr felt the weight of this responsibility settle on her shoulders. But why me? Why humans? The architect's form shimmered thoughtfully. Your species possesses a unique blend of creativity, adaptability, and sheer audacity. Qualities that may be essential for the challenges that lie ahead. Suddenly, holographic displays sprang to life around them, showing the intricate workings of the Nexus. Zephyr's eyes darted from one to another, her enhanced mind struggling to process the vast amount of information. The Nexus isn't failing, she realized, pieces clicking into place. It's evolving, but the process is unstable, threatening to tear apart the very fabric of space-time. The architect nodded, its form rippling with approval. Correct. The final test is this. Can you guide this evolution to its completion without destroying everything in the process? Zephyr's mind raced, drawing connections between the alien technology and concepts she understood. It's like updating an operating system. We need to stabilize the core processes while allowing the new features to integrate. She began to work feverishly, her hands dancing over holographic interfaces, rerouting energy flows and reconfiguring quantum entanglements. The chamber hummed with power as the Nexus responded to her commands. But as she worked, Zephyr noticed something odd. Wait a second, there's a pattern here. In the base code of the Nexus. It's familiar. The architect's form pulsed with interest. You recognize it? Zephyr nodded, her excitement building. It's like the golden ratio, but more complex. A fundamental pattern we see in nature back on Earth. In the way trees branch, in the spiral of galaxies, in the very structure of our DNA. She began to incorporate this pattern into her adjustments, using it as a guide to harmonize the old systems with the new. The Nexus responded dramatically, its energy flows stabilizing and its evolution accelerating. Yes, Zephyr shouted triumphantly as the final pieces fell into place. The chamber filled with a brilliant, pulsing light as the Nexus completed its transformation. When the light faded, Zephyr found herself back on the bridge of the astral wayfinder, surrounded by her alien companions. You did it! Myrex buzzed excitedly. The Nexus is stable and more powerful than ever. Calyx's serpentine form coiled in amazement. Impossible! You've unlocked abilities we never dreamed existed within the network. Xyloph's holographic form appeared, pulsing with joy. Zephyr Nova Storm, you have not only saved our civilization, but elevated it to new heights. The era of division between species is over. A new age of unity and exploration dawns. As the implications of what she'd done sank in, Zephyr felt a mix of elation and trepidation. So, what happens now? The architect's voice echoed through the ship. Now, young Catalyst, you and your fellow humans join the galactic community as full members. Your unique perspectives will be crucial in the journey ahead. Zephyr looked out at the transformed Nexus, its energy now flowing harmoniously through the cosmos. She thought of Earth, of the convenience store where she'd worked just days ago, of all the humans going about their lives unaware of the vastness that awaited them. Well, she said, a grin spreading across her face, I guess it's time to introduce humanity to the neighborhood. This is going to be one hell of a first contact story. As the astral wayfinder set course for Earth, carrying news that would forever change human history, Zephyr couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of it all. From a night shift clerk to the savior of the galaxy. It was a transformation as improbable and wonderful as the cosmic evolution she'd just guided. The universe, it seemed, had a sense of humor after all, and humanity, with all its flaws and potential, was about to take its place among the stars. The astral wayfinder dropped out of subspace in Earth's orbit, a herald of a new era for humanity. Zephyr stared out at her home planet, a swirling blue marble against the vastness of space. It looks so small, she murmured, her perspective forever altered by her cosmic adventure. Xyloph's holographic form pulsed gently, and yet it has produced a species capable of reshaping the galaxy. Size, it seems, is not everything. As they prepared for the momentous first contact, Zephyr couldn't help but chuckle. We've been imagining this moment for centuries, but I don't think anyone saw it coming quite like this. The ship's communication system crackled to life, intercepting a barrage of Earth's radio transmissions. News of an unidentified object in orbit was spreading rapidly. Well, Zephyr said, taking a deep breath, here goes nothing. Time to introduce Earth to its new galactic neighbors. The next few hours were a whirlwind of activity. World leaders were contacted, a landing site was arranged, and Zephyr found herself preparing to address the United Nations as humanity's impromptu ambassador to the stars. As she stepped onto the podium, facing a sea of stunned faces and flashing cameras, Zephyr felt a moment of panic. "What am I doing here?" she thought. "I'm a convenience store clerk, not a diplomat." But then she remembered everything she'd been through, everything she'd accomplished. She straightened her back, cleared her throat, and began to speak. "People of Earth," she said, her voice strong and clear. "My name is Zephyr Novastorm, and I bring you a message from the stars. We are not alone in the universe. In fact, we've just been invited to join a pretty wild galactic party." What followed was a tale that would be retold for generations. Zephyr, with her unique blend of humor and earnestness, explained the cosmic nexus, the challenges they'd faced, and the new era of exploration and unity that awaited humanity. As she spoke, Xylof, Myrex, and Calyx materialized beside her, causing gasps and exclamations from the assembled dignitaries. The sight of actual aliens, standing peacefully in the UN chamber, was a shock that would reshape human society forever. "I know this is a lot to take in," Zephyr continued, "but here's the thing. The universe out there? It's amazing, and a little bit terrifying, but mostly amazing. And guess what? They need us. They need our creativity, our adaptability, our ability to think outside the box. Who knew our chaotic human nature would be our greatest galactic asset?" The response was a mix of awe, excitement, and inevitable fear. But as the days passed and more information was shared, a sense of wonder began to sweep across the globe. Humanity, it seemed, was ready for its cosmic debut. The integration of Earth into the galactic community was not without its challenges. Old rivalries and prejudices threatened to flare up in the face of this paradigm shift. But Zephyr, drawing on her experiences, became a bridge between worlds. She spearheaded the creation of the Terran Diplomatic Corps, a diverse group of humans trained to represent Earth's interests in galactic affairs. Their unconventional approaches and innovative thinking quickly earned them a reputation throughout the cosmic nexus. 1 year after the first contact, Zephyr stood on the observation deck of Harmony Station, a massive space habitat jointly constructed by humans and their alien allies in Earth's orbit. She watched as ships from dozens of worlds docked, bringing delegates for the first Galactic Unity Summit. Myrex buzzed up beside her, its compound eyes reflecting the starlight. "You seem contemplative, Zephyr Novastorm. Are you not pleased with the progress?" Zephyr smiled. "Oh, I am. It's just, sometimes I still can't believe how much has changed. A year ago, I was working night shifts and dreaming of the stars. Now look at us." Calyx slithered into view, his serpentine form coiling around a support beam. "Your species has adapted remarkably well. Though I must admit, your memes still confuse me greatly." Zephyr laughed. "Trust me, half the time they confuse us too. But that's humanity for you, always finding humor in the absurd." As the summit commenced, Zephyr found herself mediating discussions on everything from interstellar trade agreements to the ethics of faster-than-light travel. Her unique perspective, blending human intuition with her newfound cosmic knowledge, proved invaluable. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. A faction of isolationist species, fearful of humanity's rapid rise, sought to limit Earth's influence. Tensions rose, threatening to unravel the fragile galactic peace. In a crucial moment, as arguments heated and tempers flared, Zephyr stepped forward. "Enough!" her voice rang out, silencing the chamber. "Look at us. Different species, different cultures, different biologies. And yet, here we are, arguing just like any town council back on Earth." She paused, letting her words sink in. "Don't you see? That's what makes this whole thing beautiful. We're vastly different, yes, but we're all here trying to figure it out together. That's what the cosmic nexus is all about. Unity in diversity." Zephyr's impassioned speech, broadcast across the nexus, struck a chord. The isolationist movement lost momentum, and a new wave of cooperation swept through the galactic community. As the summit concluded, the architect's voice echoed through the station, heard by all species simultaneously. You have passed another test. Young ones, the path ahead is long, but together, you have taken the first steps towards a grand cosmic destiny. The station erupted in cheers, a cacophony of alien voices united in celebration. Zephyr found herself at the center of it all, swept up in a tide of joy and possibility. Later, as the festivities wound down, Zephyr stood alone on the observation deck, gazing out at the star-studded expanse. Xyloph's holographic form appeared beside her. "You have done well, Zephyr Novastorm," the Eternal Arbiter said softly. "Your actions have set in motion events that will reshape the cosmos for eons to come." Zephyr nodded, a mix of pride and humility washing over her. "It's funny," she said. "A year ago, I thought I was nobody special. Just another face in the crowd. Now you understand that every being has the potential to change the universe," Xylof finished. "That is the greatest lesson humanity has taught us all." As they stood there, watching distant galaxies spiral in the cosmic dance, Zephyr felt a profound sense of peace. Humanity had found its place among the stars, not as conquerors or subjects, but as partners in a grand cosmic adventure. The convenience store clerk who dreamed of something more had become a catalyst for galactic change. And somewhere out there, in the vast expanse of space and time, new challenges and wonders awaited. Zephyr smiled, ready for whatever the universe had in store. "Well," she said, her eyes twinkling with the light of distant stars, "I guess this is just the beginning, isn't it?" And in the depths of the cosmic nexus, as if in response, new pathways of light and energy began to form, leading to undiscovered realms and unimagined possibilities. The greatest adventure in human history was just getting started.